wow, like I thought the movie was gonna be good, but it's fantastic, and it pushes the MCU forward. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Shang-Chi, the new Marvel movie. And let's get all the other stuff out of the way. It's 2 hours. There's two post credits, a mid credit, which is really fantastic and again pushes the MCU forward. And there is a post credit scene as well, which is really good. I'm not going to spoil anything in terms of like the story aspects or what's going on, like deep into the lore of this movie. You get a nice intro to the Mandarin and the Ten Rings. The Mandarin is not really his name, but he does mention it, and he has a whole bunch of names because he's lived for a long time. And I thought the origin was really nice. You get an origin of Shang-Chi and of his father, but it's just a mix of flashbacks sometimes, and sometimes you with the Mandarin. As you see him discover different things. You see the Ten Rings; they're basically bracelets, but he uses them in different ways. I thought the way they were showcased was really cool. Sometimes he used it as projectiles. Sometimes he formed like a weapon with one set of the rings and then he's flinging it with the other set. It looks really cool. It's done really well. When he's just chilling and resting, the bracelets are like just down on his wrist. But then when it's time for like a fight, you see them, they come up and they just stay there. And I thought that was a nice touch. Shang-Chi, he's raised to be an assassin. After his mother dies, he's raised to be an assassin, and then he's sent on a mission, and he runs away. And that's where we end up in present day. We catch up to him. He changed his name to like Sean or something like that, and he's just doing his own thing. He doesn't want to be associated with his family and everything that's going on. And then finally, his father sends him in a very aggressive way. His father wants to save his mom. He believes that the mother died and is gone to a place where she's being held captive. So he recruits his children. I think Shang-Chi's sister is just as deadly as him. She's really cool as well. And they don't have the best relationship because he left and never came back. So, it's a lot of family dynamic stuff going on with this movie. And it was fun to see. The Mandarin is one of the best villains in the MCU. He's very human. He's very humane. The things he talks about make sense. Kind of like how Thanos was making sense with some of the things he was saying, but he wanted to wipe out half the world. This one is more centered and low key. Things you've seen in a movie before, but in a villain, it's in a villain. And I thought he was really well done. He wasn't hot-headed. He wasn't in his own way in terms of like what his desire was. And I thought that showed with the Ten Rings as an organization, how they kind of took on his personality, throughout the movie in terms of like where he was at in life. Shang-Chi's fighting, it's the best in the MCU. There wasn't jump cuts. There was a lot of, the camera just stayed on the people that were in the fight, for a long period of time before it switched to a different angle. And I really enjoyed that. The bus scene happens early on. You've seen it in the trailer, but it's a longer sequence and it's a lot of fun. You really get to see his abilities. Again, he doesn't really have any superpowers. He's just been trained since he was 7 to kill, and he can kill people, and he does it really well. The last action sequence was a lot of fun. It was something different that I didn't expect, and it was a blast. Aquafina, I know people don't like her or complain about her. She was fine. She had some funny moments. She had some regular moments, that people do in superhero movies. And it worked. It worked for me. I thought everything they did was just leading us to this next phase. And I thought they did a real good job. They didn't try to go too far left or too far. Like they know what they do, right? And it just works. Even with this character that a lot of people don't know. The same thing with like Guardians or something, or Ant-Man. It works and it flows. And it's cool seeing him on screen and getting stronger as the movie goes on, because the movie is sort of about like not being afraid of who you are, and he didn't want to be like his father. So he used to run away from things, and he starts to embrace that as the movie goes on. And it's good to see that. And it was just a fun time at the movie. It's an MCU movie, of course, because it was going to be Easter eggs here and there. And, the crowd is going to go wild for certain things. You might not understand why, but it's a lot of fun. So check it out. I highly suggest go watch it. I didn't get to go see it in IMAX because of all the flooding in New York, and I couldn't get to that theater, but I saw it in regular, and it was fine. But I do want to see it in IMAX, just for another type of experience. But Shang-Chi, it's fantastic. Check it out. If you've seen it, please let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Deuces.